LoL Superheroes.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to our first edition of LoL Superheroes. This is the show where we will have literally two men going one-on-one. Well, I say men. It could be women, it could be children, it could literally be anyone. Going 1v1 against one another in the proving grounds to decide who deserves the title of LoL Superhero. This is the first episode of many, and it features Snakebytes and Cyphox. Snakebytes playing as Orianna, Cyphox playing as Zyra. This is looking to be a very interesting match, since both champions both have their pluses and minus sides. So it's just a matter of seeing who outplays the other. So straight off the bat, we can already have a look at what items people have gone for. Orianna going for 2 Dawn's Rings, and what a pair of boots and some pots. While Zyra instead is going for a Negatron cloak, by the looks of things, an amplifying tome, and a few pots as well. Now do bear in mind, on the proving grounds, once you have bought your items, you cannot go back to the shop and buy items on the fly. In order to buy items, you must die. You can only buy items via death. So this is going to be a very interesting test of skill and judgment. Now both these champions do have similar abilities to keep their opponents at bay, especially in the early stages. Zyra with her ability to grab someone and pin them down, whilst Orianna can literally zone out her opponents with her ball. And that's a great example of zoning there by Zyra, using a combination of her buds along with her abilities in order to turn them into living turrets. That obviously being the ranged turret, while she also has a melee turret that causes slows. So that needs to be kept in mind about what Zyra is able to do. However, I believe she's only allowed 2 turrets out at once. So that needs to be kept in mind for some of the later stages of the game. Zyra getting some early lane dominance, forcing Orianna to stick near the turret, but there's some initial damage blocking onto Orianna, doing quite a bit there, forcing Snakebytes to pop a potion for his beloved Lady of Clockwork. Now Zyra's actually gone for a good tactic here in order to counter build Orianna for the get-go. Byte went with the 2 Dawn's Rings, maybe not necessarily for the early damage output, but also to fix some of Orianna's mana consumption for the early game, while Zyra went straight for that Negatron cloak, already hoping to counteract most of Orianna's early game damage output with a combination of her Q and her W, both working in synergy. As well as that, keep in mind that all of Orianna's abilities along with her ultimate can be very deadly, so you don't want to keep Orianna at bay and give her a chance to proc on all of her abilities. Here we go, Zyra going in, and now Zyra's actually leaving. Orianna did have Ignite on her, but both guys are going to get damaged quite a bit there. Snakebytes, however, does have the health dominance this early on by the looks of things. I'm seeing that he has slightly more health than Zyra, so that could be used as a plus. Zyra being hit there yet again by Orianna's ball. This is the thing you need to keep in mind when you play against an Orianna. She is very good at zoning out your opponents when it comes to a solo situation. She will use her ball at the furthest range to dominate you by literally keeping you at said range for the entire period of the game. It's just a matter of you knowing where she is going to zone you and counteract those zones by literally dodging her attacks. It doesn't take a genius to dodge something that's flying right at your face. Now there's Cyphox picking up the health rune. There are plenty of health runes across the map on the proving grounds that will give people health and mana straight up. The runes do take a while to respawn, however, so is it safe to go for the rune now? Well, we'll soon find out as we see the turrets are proccing on Orianna, dealing some little bit of damage there. Getting Orianna down to almost half health as we see Zyra go down to almost half health herself. Oh, and Zyra's going to take the health rune of Orianna, immediately meaning the Bite has to rethink his early game strategies when he's facing Cyphox. So LoL Superheroes is an event that will be happening on the AoE Incorporated Teamspeak server every Saturday. So if you do wish to be a part of this, or even be a part of the clan/community, then hook me up on YouTube, or just check the description below for the Teamspeak server information, because you are more than happy to join us. It doesn't matter whether you're pro, whether you're ranked, whether you're non-ranked, or whether you're just a casual player. You're more than happy to join us. Now, I'm alone in commentary today, but I will normally be joined by people that do want to commentate, so if you do want to commentate, well, be a part of us again. Some more initial damage there by Zyra on Orianna, as Orianna is still being very well pressured onto her turret. Now Zyra obviously has she has more dominance when it comes to obviously punching a lane, but is she really having the dominance when it comes to either the farm or when it comes to, heck, even the damage output? Because Zyra might just have the overall crowd control, but if she doesn't have the damage to back up that control, it might be a wasted effort. We'll have to see how that plays as this early game progresses, as we see another wad of damage going smack bang straight into Zyra's face, causing her to go back and pick up her health rune, bringing her back up to 3/4 of beautiful succulent health. Oh, and another wad of damage there on Zyra by Orianna. Now, obviously Zyra does have a Negatron cloak, which does mean that the damage output is not going to be as high from Orianna, but it is still doing quite a bit of damage. So she still needs to be at least careful about what could potentially happen as the game progresses. Oh, Orianna gets grabbed in the bush, but that's not really going to affect her that much since Zyra didn't capitalize on it. Zyra back down to half her health and the runes back up. Not really giving her that much. Runes don't really give you that much after the early stages once you start gaining some Mundo health. Should mostly be used as an emergency provision after that time, rather than a, oh look, I'm on low health, I better get my health back now, bar technique. At least in my opinion. Bite taking a little bit of damage there from those ranged turrets from Zyra. However, he's going to take advantage of his own health rune to get his health back up. If you look at the farm for a second, Orianna does have 62 minions to Zyra's 51. So, although Zyra is getting the lane dominance by forcing Orianna underneath her own turret, Zyra's not benefiting from any minion consumption whatsoever. She's not feeling the bonuses. There's Zyra's ultimate, not hitting Orianna at all. There's Orianna's ultimate herself. Zyra's going to flash out, but is Orianna going to get the kill? Yes, she does. First blood goes to Orianna. Zyra's final shot did not hit anyone, and Orianna gets that much well-deserved first blood, and she's going to do a very smart tactic and literally kill herself. Although the kill will go to Zyra, which is a little bit bad, the good thing about that is because Orianna did get the first blood, she now has dominant gold over Zyra, meaning that she will be able to get some more badass items. Very well played by Snakebite. So let's have a look at what Cyphox is getting here. He now has a Spirit Visage and Haunting Guise, as well as Boots and another Mana Pot. But looks of things he's looking to counter Orianna's ability power before getting more ability power herself. At least that's how it looks at the moment, as we see more pots being bought. 5 health pots, 3 mana pots, Boots, Amplifying Tome, Haunting Guise, and Spirit Visage. Something to keep in mind by the looks of things. Going a little bit defensive rather than offensive to counteract Orianna. I don't blame him. Good idea, as we see another burst of damage there. Still doing quite a bit to Zyra, as we now see that Orianna is not taking that much damage at all, as when she dies, she bought herself Sorcerer's Shoes and a Fiend's Unholy Grail, so basically all of her mana issues are now gone. her mana issues should no longer exist, and Orianna can just use her abilities willy-nilly. As well as that, she will also have a wad of ability power from Athene's Unholy Grail, giving her a little bit more of a damage output against Zyra herself. So if you keep in mind Zyra's ability power of 98, so Zyra has an ability power rating of 98 at the moment. Oh, as we go over here, Orianna at it again. Zyra with her ulti, a little bit too late. What a shame on that one. As I thought there for a second that Zyra was just going to run away, but by the looks of things, no, she was just going to take it. Straight up, by the looks of things. But well done there again by Orianna, getting another successful kill. That is going to mean that Zyra is now officially really far behind. Just look at that gold advantage. 6.1 over 5.4. 2 kills to 1. And that 1 kill just being because Byte wanted to kill himself under the turret to get himself some more badass items. And there goes the first turret, meaning more gold all round. It's not looking too good for Zyra. She didn't have enough gold to buy anything new. So it is still all to play for right now. Orianna does have an advantage. Zyra trying to get in there with her abilities, but not connecting them that well at all. Trying her best there. Picking up a health rune to make sure that she stays alive, as Orianna's just doing all that damage. 127 ability power against Zyra, which is going to be pretty damn tough. She also has 85 magic resist, while Zyra only has 80. So Orianna technically is much more well defended. So here we go, Zyra might be kiting Orianna over here. Oh, as we see the ulti proccing, but not getting the catch onto the target. However, since Byte is on low health, he might need to be careful, but he might be okay here as long as he knows what he's doing, and I know what he's doing because I know Byte playing Orianna. He is great at playing Orianna, has made a guide on Orianna as well. Cyphox doing a little bit of a good tactic there by taking Byte's main health rune. Maybe trying to make sure that he's not going to do much. Byte using synergy of his abilities to stay alive as he goes through the bushes. Very nicely done there by Snakebytes. Very nice. So now Cyphox is wanting to stay alive, pocking all of his potions. Bear in mind, Orianna has not picked up any potions recently. But we can see at the moment Orianna with more damage coming out. And all of a sudden, Orianna just has way more sustain than what Zyra does, forcing her to go back, pick up that health rune and get back in the zone. Now Snakebytes here is doing a fantastic job as he is playing with Orianna, zoning out his opponent with Orianna's ball, using his ball in synergy with all of his abilities and not just one, in order to create very stylish and very effective kills, as well as also speed up his own minions to get into position faster. Very well done indeed. Now, Zyra just isn't working very well when it comes to moving away from the ball or stepping away from Orianna's W, which can do a substantial bit of damage to her at any given time. See, now that was well done and well played there. Oh, Orianna being rooted, but Zyra not going forward with it again. Instead, Zyra's going to pick up a health rune. As we now see some more roots going down, Zyra just seems to be concentrating more on the minions at this point, rather than the champion in herself. I can probably understand why she is a level behind at level 16 in comparison to 17, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have a damage output to maybe finish this off. They're both on low health here. There's the ultimate from Orianna. There's the ignite. Oh! Wow, the ulti from Zyra just came in a bit too late. Ouch. Zyra gets hit yet again with a massive amount of damage by Orianna. But now Zyra might just be making a comeback. She did manage to pick up enough gold to get a needlessly large rod, but is that the item she needs to turn the tide of this battle? We will soon find out. Now Byte is doing a very stylish tactic here, getting rid of the health runes, tanking the turret so that if he does die, he can go back and get items. The kill does go to the turret, so there is no gold exchange to Zyra either, which is very good. And so now Orianna is going to go back, get a Rabadon's death cap, and Hextech Revolver. So now Orianna does have Spell Vamp, and a huge burst of ability power in comparison to Zyra. Zyra with 204 ability power. We will soon see what Orianna has ability power wise when she comes back in 10 seconds after her death. We now also see that Orianna has also bought a Blasting Wand and an Amplifying Tome for some more AP. Very well done indeed. And Zyra did get that badge onto her Boots of Swiftness, the Alacrity badge, meaning that she now has way more movement speed. It might just be the thing to help her out. That ability power is ripping up Zyra. Literally, when it is mage versus mage, I think most people can back me up on this. It is a little bit of a race as to who can get Rabadons first, because the person who can get Rabadons first normally has secured their lane, or in this case has maybe secured the win. And since Bytes has been on the ball from the get-go, he does have his Rabadons before Cyphox, so it is a matter as to whether Cyphox can get his Rabadon as fast as possible, or whether he might just be left out in the dust to dry. Let's go here. Byte is going in. There's the missing of her abilities. They're not going to do so well. Byte now moving against the plant, getting slowed so that he cannot chase. But I don't think he's up for chasing just yet. Cyphox now being very worried, popping her abilities again to try and keep Byte at bay. She doesn't want to commit until she knows she can get a good ulti off. At least from what I can feel at the moment. Like, all Zyra needs is a very good combination of her E and her ulti, and I can potentially see Zyra getting a kill off of Orianna that can turn this fight around and keep it going. However, it is a matter as to whether Zyra does have the ability power to counteract Orianna's ability power, sustain, and just general defense against Zyra's attacks. Very good route there, as Byte went into the bush. Byte's chasing, potentially heading for a kill there, but doing a substantial amount of damage nonetheless. Look at that zoning power the Byte is just bringing to the table with Orianna, as Orianna does get shielded, but she's doing quite a bit of damage against Zyra as she runs away from the ball as best she can. In my personal opinion, this is still all to play for. Both players are playing to the best of their abilities. Cyphox does have to play a little bit more defensively, due to obviously the 4-to-1 kill-death ratio, and the gold difference and item difference as well. But I think she might just have a chance to actually get kills here if she correlates her abilities well. I mean, a good E, a well-timed ulti straight afterwards, a Q with a couple of her bods on it to make some units to do some heavy damage. That might just be the thing that Zyra needs to bring this back and add a win to Cyphox. And look at that, massive amounts of ability power coming out of a ball, placed in the perfect area. A combination of her Q, her W, and her ulti, which basically sums up Orianna getting another kill. 5-1. So as now see, Byte is really doing very well in this fight. Zyra's still doing her best, bless her. Now she does have a Deathfire Grasp instead of going for the Rabadon's death cap, hoping to do more initial burst damage rather than just hope that the Rabadons would give her a butt-ton of ability power. We will see if that does come in handy, as Byte has now pushed to Zyra's Nexus, not the Nexus, the inhibitor. So it is now a matter that all Byte has to do is push that inhibitor, get those two turrets out of the way, and then it's just nothing but Byte and Nexus. Look at the damage that's still being dealt here. There's an ultimate from Zyra, but yet again just not being able to capitalize on capturing Orianna. Even though Orianna doesn't have that much movement speed, she does have sustain, she does have ghost, and... no, she doesn't actually have ghost, but she does have flash to get out of the fight, as you did see there, getting another kill from Zyra. Zyra at this point might just be losing it, as we now see Byte getting rid of the inhibitor and capitalizing on another successful push. So now is Byte going to head into ending this, as we now see that the gold is 14.1 to 11.5, 6 to 1 on kills. Orianna will hit the turret as best she can, but will die to the turret so that she can buy more of those beautiful items we love. Ooh. Zyra's back in action. She's got more pots on her, getting another Negatron cloak that will surely help her out against this massive amount of damage output that Orianna is bringing to the table. Meanwhile, Orianna has now got herself a Void Staff for that ability power and magic penetration, as well as a Sheen that will work very well in conjunction with her passive that decreases enemy champion magic resist, that stacks up to a cap. At the moment now, Cyphox just needs to be very careful. He needs to buy his time and wait for a perfect opportunity to capture Orianna in the act. If he can do that, if he can score a good E and R combination, I still think that Zyra can score a great kill. It's just a matter of getting in there when you're being zoned out by an Orianna. It is very tough. There you go, some initial damage on Orianna from the get-go, as we see all that shield that Orianna gets from her sustaining ability. Wow. As you see here, Byte is trying his best here to not be hit by any roots, while Cyphox is hoping that he can land one great root. Oh, it's not going to happen again. Oh, very upsetting. But Leandri's Torment, though, is going to be very helpful, because every single shot or every single slice from Zyra's plants will proc it. Oh, that was a very close ultimate. Orianna was rooted. She was about to be knocked up, but there's the damage output from Orianna. Just needs one little hit. There you go. Orianna scores another kill. Zyra's passive is up. Is she going to fire? No, she is not. 7 to 1, 15.1 to 12.7, 254 minions to 171. The turrets are going to go down, and it looks as if Snakebytes has secured a GG in what is the first of many installments of LoL Superheroes. But just in case Zyra does come back within the 10 seconds, and just in case Byte is not able to score the Nexus, he might just tease it and prolong the match on for a little bit longer, see what he can do. As we now see, the Zyra is still getting heavily damaged in the Summoner Pool, because the Summoner Pool does not give you back any of your health or mana. Another wad of damage is going to go down on Zyra, but yet again, Orianna is being damaged very heavily by those plants. And one more damage there, but there goes the Nexus. That is the end of the game. And that is the end of the first ever installment of LoL Superheroes, featuring Snakebyte and Cyphox. Snakebyte is the winner. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have enjoyed LoL Superheroes. If you wish to be a part of LoL Superheroes, hook me up either on YouTube, League of Legends, or on the Teamspeak server. The information that you need is in the description below. Be sure to follow me where appropriate for further episodes, and if you do want to be a part of it, just hook me up. Until next time guys, this has been LoL Superheroes, and until next time when we have another superhero challenge, goodbye fellow summoners, goodbye, and I will be seeing you all on the fields of justice.
Somebody call the cops, 'cause we're gonna wrap it up, say wrap it up.